pendejo.
Nuestro UAV orbita el área. Personal enemigo en el punto caliente.
Puta Salí.
Punto caliente reubicándose. Atentos. Línea dura en línea. Enviando cargadores.
¡Enemigo abatido!
No.
¡Objetivo abatido!
Punto caliente. UAV en espera.
Puta.
¡Aquí! ¡Granada!
Indicando el próximo punto caliente. Preparados. En la lista para despegar.
¡Eliminado!
Cambiando cargadores. Tengo al enemigo.
¡Objetivo abatido!
Lanzaron un misil de crucero. Enemigos dentro del carro. UAV listo para la misión.
¡Enemigos!
UAV enemigo agresivo. Confirmando el próximo punto caliente. Atentos. UAV enemigo arriba. ¡Lanzando Semtex!
¡Viene aturdidora!
¡Termita! Amenazas avistadas. UAV
Por la
aliado
espalda.
en línea. UAV hostil en el área. Enemigos dentro del perímetro. Punto caliente reubicándose. Atentos.
Y lo maté cegado.
Ubicación actualizada. Capturemos el punto caliente.
Ay. Brinca, amigo, brinca.
UAV enemigo arriba. Vamos por la mitad. Mantengámonos
¿Se me
alerta.
colgó el dedo o qué?
Personal enemigo en el punto caliente. Nuestro UAV orbita el área. UAV aliado en línea.
Bien.
Punto caliente relocalizado. Aseguremos el área.
¡Ojo!
Visto el aliado ingresando al Queda un minuto. Centinela destruida.
La Desert Eagle esa, ¿no? Buena, ¿no?
Creo que sí. Esas son las... No, Magnum, ¿no?
Sí, son las Magnum esas. No, las Magnum son los Revolver.
Se le dice la...
Esa es la de... Esa es la de... ¿Cómo se llama? La Signal. Con esa la saqué la Signal ahora. Me fui a... ¿Cómo se llama? A Invasión me fui. Se mueva nomás.
Se mueve. Pero igual...
¿Y sabes cómo yo lo hice? Hice que... Me iba por los francos nomás. Puros francos nomás. Porque las personas que estaban caminando ya ni modo, pues son bots, digamos.
No es que se puede, sino que...
Asegurando Charlie.
Oye, ya están en sella.
Tomaremos Bravo. Bravo aceptado. Tenemos la delantera.
La maté.
Estoy cargando.
Buena...
Buena,
El enemigo toma Bravo.
Caramba, estoy recargando, no es lo mismo a recargando.
que mire para el otro lado.
¡Lanzando granada! ¡Contacto enemigo!
Está arriba el balcón, ya me vi.
Te piré la espalda.
A la mierda. Queda re bravo, ¿no?
Ataque aéreo hostil a cubierto.
Ataque aéreo.
Ya llegó a Charlie, ya llegó a Charlie.
Vamos a perder Charlie.
¡Lanzando sangre!
¿Podés creer que le di al tubito de la bandera que fue el enemigo? Los dos tiros que los puse ahí. Marica, tenía la nueva, amigo. Está pasando.
Puta viejo, no puedo. Nadie me cura la espalda. Nadie me cura la espalda.
Ese es el mito, ¿no ves? Mira.
Toditos estaban ahí, viejo, toditos.
UAV.
Han emputado con vos.
El enemigo capturó dos objetivos. Avanza asegurando Bravo. Controlamos Bravo. El enemigo toma Charlie.
Mierda.
Vamos a perder Bravo. Hemos perdido Charlie. El enemigo toma Bravo. Asegurando objetivo Alfa. El enemigo tiene dos objetivos. Capturado.
No podía dejarlo pasar.
Misil de crucero hostil lanzado.
¡Ahora! ¡Consigue reconocimiento en mi ubicación!
Mina de racimo hostil desplegada.
Mierda, me ganó.
Sigamos atacando en la línea. El enemigo asegura Bravo. Hay un ataque aéreo hostil cerca.
¡Lanzando sangre!
Granada, pura granada, pura granada. Granada, granada, 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 mierda. Asistencia, ¿en qué? Tírate, bravo, yo te digo.
Dando objetivo Bravo. El enemigo controla 2 objetivos. Sigamos con la... Asegurando objetivo Bravo. UAV enemigo activo. Asegurando
Estoy
objetivo
tomando
Charlie.
alfa.
Dron bomba lanzado por enemigos.
Estoy a tu 6.
Bien.
UAV enemigo arma.
Vamos a bravo, vamos a bravo.
Tomaremos Bravo. Objetivo Charlie perdido. Recuperemos objetivo Bravo asegurado. Cuidado, Vito los hostil arriba.
Está viejo.
Siempre se mete ahí. Se metió a apuntar a este cabrón y nunca aparece.
Vito los hostil en el área. Controlamos dos.
Oye, me mató el bicho.
Con las caídas de
Ajá. Puta, viejo, no entiendo esta mierda, wey.
Dos objetivos asegurados. Aliado desplegado.
¡Viene aturdidora!
Confía en el enemigo en el área.
Uy, anda.
Ya ganamos.
Victoria asegurada. Peleamos bien.
Doing good, man.
Yeah?
It's,
Doing great.
Yeah,
How's it been?
I was just very relieved, honestly, that because we were bringing back these characters for the first time in a long time, and yeah, I'm just very, very grateful for all the support and all the kind comments, and I think people have really enjoyed it. So it's great, really great.
What about you?
I auditioned. It's an actor's life, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
There's a thing called breakdowns, which is basically where auditions come out, and then your team looks through that. It was under a code name. I think it was it Behemoth Sam or Mastodon? It was one of those two. First audition was a monologue of it was of a soldier talking to a military psychologist about his experience of war and kind of the gray complexity of it, really, which I found really intriguing. So I did a self-tape. I was filming Loki season 1 at the time. sent off my tape, and then COVID happened. So I didn't hear back for months. And then months later, I got a call back, and that one was to meet the whole team. Because when I was working another job, I got to work with some people who really knew how to move with weapons.
Yeah.
So they took me through that, and that was it. Yeah, and then that's it. You do that, and then sometimes you never find out. And then in this one, I did. So I was very happy to book the job. And then I discovered it was Call of Duty, and it was Soap McTavish. So yeah.
And what about you, Sam?
Yeah, it was similar. I auditioned during the pandemic. It just came through like another audition. I had to do a self-tape. Yeah, really kind of an identical process. I had no idea I was auditioning for Ghost. I mean, there was some, contextual clue towards the character of Ghost. So even though I didn't know I was auditioning for him, I was put in the ballpark by the writing. So I think that, right up until I got it, I mean, it wasn't kind of revealed.
Were you guys familiar with your characters before landing this role at all? Like, had you heard of Ghost and Soap? Had you been familiar with Call of Duty, played them?
I never played Call of Duty. I was obviously familiar with Call of Duty. I mean, it's a household name, and I'm familiar with the Task Force 141. What I wasn't familiar with was like, yeah.
Same for you, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, you can't not be familiar with Call of Duty. I'm not a huge gamer typically, not since I was a lot younger. So, I hadn't been playing it recently or anything. But I mean, once I got whilst I wanted to be respectful of what had gone before and make sure that, that Ghost was being, served up for the fans. I think we were doing something really different with him on this journey, and taking it to another level. Just in terms of story arc, it was just a lot more fleshed out, and so, I was mindful of what had happened before, and that this, like, I wasn't entrenched in it, and I think that was really helpful because everybody was coming at Modern Warfare 2 and the character coming at it from that way. I mean, once you start doing it, then we have hours and hours of conversations with Brian Bloom and Jeff, the director, and everybody on the team to kind of make sure we're all on the same page and that we all know all of the information. And then, of course, you become an expert by default. So, going in, it was fresh eyes for me mostly, apart from just being familiar with the world,
Yeah, and we should also, by the way, guys, all donations today for November and December. A really great charity down here in Australia that are helping to try and fund research for cancer, and then also the Call of Duty Endowment. We're trying to help them out, who help all the time. And you guys have to come in fresh. Do you feel the pressure at all, or do you take it as you said, a blank canvas and sort of mold it your way?
For me personally, I feel the process of making this and filming it, production team on set and the actors, it's actually quite a small bunch of people, and we go to the same studio every day, and it doesn't feel like a massive operation when we're making it. And
it feels intimate.
Really helpful. It feels very intimate. The end result, or the size of it, or the, what was going to happen at the end, and we were just kind of in there doing our job, and it's only afterwards when it starts to drop and you start to see how much it means. It was a real collaboration with the writers, and then creating the vibe with the lads. you know. So I don't know. It didn't. The pressure of the character never really factored in for me. I was just head down, making sure that, you know, we were doing what was on the page and what was.
This Warzone came out. I got the job, and then Warzone was still
Warzone
a
1.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I realized that, you know, people were going to be quite particular about, as they should be. And so the pressure was on a little bit for me then, just because I got a glimpse of it.
Yeah.
And then I had a whole 2 years of filming to go to it as I can. You know, even if that leaves you feeling a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit exposed, because, you know, you're not sure if it's exactly what people will want, but it's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to take a swing. But he's the newer guy.
He's got some work to do, yeah.
FNG. He's a little, you know, if I could, I just try to fulfill that as well as just be myself, you know, and have fun with it, right? Otherwise, what's the point?
Well, you definitely had fun with it.
It's
you
very
two,
hard to have fun with Sam, though.
Oh, he's just such a, he's just, you know. Well, actually, I lie, because you two, the bromance you two had in this game was.
He's been all stoic right now. He's got his interview game. He's got his game face on. I know it. Anyway.
The bromance you two guys had was phenomenal in this. I got to say, you both killed it. You were both phenomenal. Everyone here agrees. When did you two meet particularly, and did the friendship kick off instantly, or how was it? Because it really translated onto the screen for me.
We met on the first day of on the kickoff session, and then after that, I said that,
oh my God,
I wasn't going to be on set when Neil was on set. So I made sure that there was always.
It was bonkers.
Yeah, we did it. I mean, there's no. It's like any job. Like, it never ceases to surprise how.
The escape from Alone. So we were in the car.
Oh, really?
That was the first day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, you're straight in, right in there. So yeah, there was no time. I mean, you know, yeah, it was lucky we got along, I suppose. But it just felt like, I don't know, felt like it was just it was always there, so it was easy, you know.
Sam's a pro, man. I mean, like, he's been in the National Theatre in London. He's been a series regular on a bunch of shows, Turn, I think, right? And, you know, you're lucky because he's a serious actor. So, you know, you just feel grateful to be surrounded by people that are really talented and, you know, can have fun as well at the same time. That's really the goal.
And I think Glenn has the most military roles of anyone of all time, I heard.
Yeah. Wasn't that the very end?
Do you mean in Alone?
Yeah, in the Alone mission,
yeah.
Where there's a lot of back and forth between you two, because it felt so natural. But I'm guessing you weren't together.
We actually were.
No,
you were.
Together.
Wow.
And they made like bouncing off each other. So
yeah.
Always there, you know. I feel like we just did the jokes on their own at the end.
That's right. We did that section of the script was an add-on later, because I think they, you know, that's what I meant about, you know, it going to a different level on this game, is that, you know, I think they really took their time and took the opportunity to see what they had, see what all the ingredients were, and then see what they could make from it. And, you know, Neil and I, it was clear that if they wrote them, we could make it work with these characters. And I think that was a discovery on this job, is that we found out that, you know, as is true of human beings, yeah, that, you know, nobody is like 100% on edge or 100% serious or 100% any vital human need to laugh. And I think that's why it works, because it feels real and it's universal and people get it. It's why, like, people make jokes at funerals and, during tragedy. It's like it's a real thing, and I think like it's a testament to not only to Neil, who like just like created this like really full rounded character for soap, but like the writers and everybody coming together and going, oh, hang on a minute, we've got something we could do here. And I think, and we had a lot of stuff that we did. Not everything made it in either. I think like there was a lot of trial and error and finding out what worked and what didn't. You know, like I think that's cool. Like it's not like, you know, even though this is like a massive machine, it's not set in stone from day one. It's like constantly evolving, and that's one of the things that I really enjoyed about it. It was, you know, is that Brian, because he was there the whole time and during every single scene that we shot, that
you know, that we were going to get along really well, and that we were going to make some really good scenes. I think one of the first scenes that we did as well was that tarmac scene at the beginning of the game, right, where Soap pops out of a truck and is like,
with
"Let's go,
Alejandro.
boss."
Oh, that one.
No,
No, the
at the
night scene.
beginning.
Yeah, the night scene.
Yeah, and Ghost just kind of mutters under his breath like,
Fucking hell! Don't you say fucking hell?
Yeah. Is that Sam's going to humanize Ghost a little bit, just a little bit, enough to be a mentor for the playable, for the most part. Soap is the playable character, right? So the player is going to experience this badass with who you come to find out has a sense of humor, and a very dark one. And the player is going to feel kind of mentored by him. And I think that's what you know. I think Sam pulled it off, and it's fantastic.
I also noticed that we right.
And then
Samuel stole your thunder, did he?
Wow.
it's a strongly worded letter to the producers. You know?
Yeah. No, I think we did the jokes, and then they were just we're just doing it different ways now. I said, "Oh, what do you mean?" I don't want to spoil it. Maybe people are watching this and haven't played the game, but right. Old Sammy got his druthers.
I got to say, I was a
and
little,
rightfully so.
Yeah. Well, I was a bit worried there in that grave scene just before Alone, because you know,
Warren Cole, by the way, isn't he amazing?
Oh man, that guy's a phenomenal actor. He is. Yeah, he. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get to some fan questions here. We've got plenty of them. Holy shit. Thank you so much, guys. This is all going to charity. We really appreciate it. In honor of the World Cup, is it soccer or football, guys? From Yes.
Football. End of chat.
End of chat, yep. Bender Brood. Shut up and take my money. Well, we thank you. Thank you, mate. Liv. Lovely actors. Glad I met them while playing Modern Warfare 2. Hugs from Brazil.
Hey, thanks so much for all the support.
Thank you.
Karen asks, $100. Thank you, Karen. That is very, very generous. Wow. Very, very generous.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Are you guys aware of your presence on TikTok and the magnitude of your presence over there?
I don't go on TikTok. Do you, Neil?
No.
Yeah, I've heard. I mean, I've heard of some stuff that's going on over there. It makes me.
And I may have made a fatal mistake of liking comments and without reading them. Just kind of like there were so many comments. I just like this. People are so nice. And I'm just like, and then I realized, some of them are not so family friendly. But no, I've not been on TikTok. People write on my Instagram I should go and look at TikTok, but I think at this point I'll just I think the horse is out the barn, and it's best off with me not on it.
Are you going to enlighten us, Dan? What's going on over at TikTok?
Well, you guys know about the ghost memes, don't you? I mean, they're just taking over for one. Millions and millions of views
But the one of him in the car though with Alejandro when he's staring daggers back at
Yeah,
Soap, or
yeah.
okay.
Let me bring it up now for you guys so you can have a look. So this is where it all kicked off because no one knew where the meme was coming from. It just sort of came out of nowhere. That's been me one too many times.
Yeah, the cold dead eyes and the blank face allow for so many things to be put on it.
Do you
It's
remember?
just asking for it.
Do you remember this scene, guys? Like, you couldn't.
Oh
have,
yeah,
you could
well,
not.
I think
have,
this was one of the first. This is one of the first ones we did, and we spent a long time on it. And I think, yeah, like, you know, there's a lot go.
That's how a villain's born, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Snoop did one the other day as well.
He did.
Context, but I mean, if I was a fan, I'd be doing exactly the same thing. So bravo.
I think this is
That was a hard scene to shoot. Sorry, go ahead, Dan.
No, is this you, Neil? When my friend says, "What the fuck's my teammate doing?" Go ahead, Neil, before I cut you off.
No. I remember when we filmed this one. It was hard because there was all these. We're in the stationary car, and they were having to cue us to look out the window at different things. And they really wanted that Sicario vibe, you know. They wanted it to be a kind of very filmic, cinematic tone.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I've heard that movie thrown around a lot for this game, Sicario, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. Denis Villeneuve. Yeah. Even Sony got involved. So even the big corporations were getting involved on the meme, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like a swinging music stand with a little scaffolding with a ball on the end, you know, and you have to pretend.
Or clank one more time because they shoot it in a oneer, right?
Oh.
They don't shoot for coverage. There's no coverage.
Shit, really?
We may have even had to have climbed into that car. The scene may have.
We did.
Shot the whole. Oh.
No, we had to get into the car like it was a real thing, and like imagine opening the door and do all of that stuff. Yeah, so
you know,
I can imagine
and everyone in the. Go ahead.
I can imagine that you guys would prefer a oneer over it being broken up, or am I wrong?
I think it depends what it is. I think for scenes that move like this, it's quite helpful. I think, but it requires everybody to be on their game and get it right, you know.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, it's if you break it up into small pieces, it's easier to get a small thing right than rely on trying to get the whole thing right in one go. But I don't know, it worked out. I mean, it doesn't happen very often, actually, that we do.
Oh, okay.
You know, that we have to do the whole thing in one go. But in this instance, Neil's right. We did do the whole thing. Yeah.
Neil is a Vampire Association donated $3. How old are you guys? I can't find it anywhere. You don't have to. You don't have to answer that, guys, if you don't want to. They're 25, both of them. More normal.
That's great.
Greetings from Germany. My question is, do you guys know Spanish at all?
Dean. Is it huevo? No.
A huevo.
A huevo. Okay. What does that mean? Sorry, I don't mean to put you on the spot. It was kind of a. Because he says, yeah. I mean, the trick was to kind of with the.
Shout out to him. I know he's watching. Absolute legend.
That scene when he's when it turns out, well, I don't want to spoil it, but you know, you're inside the the shipping. No, this guy's everyone's really good. This is going to turn out. This might actually turn out well. You don't know. You just honestly you don't know. You know. So yeah, he did fantastic.
No more. Thank you so much for the $10. We appreciate that. Casarina, Scotland forever, with the $5 donation.
All right.
Liz, I'm very pumped for Modern Warfare 3. Thank you, Liz, for the $20. We really appreciate that. I think we're all excited if there was to be a sequel. Stephanie, how are you guys doing? You both did an amazing job, and your performances were amazing. My question isn't related to the game, but if you could choose a country to visit, where would you go and why? I'm from New Zealand.
That's on my list, actually, New Zealand.
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful, guys.
But
You got to go.
The country I think I would really want to go to next.
Really much of a beach guy.
Yeah. You like mountains and rainforests and stuff? Yeah.
I'm not a jungle guy.
Not a jungle guy, okay.
No. But definitely like, well, I'm from Scotland, right? So it's kind of, I'm a hill person.
Skelly Boy, you guys are my favorite COD duo.
Thank you.
Greetings from Germany.
No.
We're over Zoom. It just happens. Don't worry, guys. That's just what happens. There's a little delay in Australia because I'm so far.
It's like calling your mom or your dad, you know. You kind of,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Neil? Before I cut you off.
Well, Gaz and Price have that dialogue wheel as well, don't they? And so does Laswell. And I think that was definitely. They're definitely putting stuff like that into the game to make it as interactive as possible. Make it as I wonder if people notice that there's no mission brief before that.
There isn't?
No, it's just a cutscene where the characters themselves are basically saying. I mean, it just kind of added to the things that the actors have to do in these games, which is to be able to get that, exposition across without it being too pedantic. But if every time there's a cut scene, there's then a mission briefing, it just kind of...
Bromance. I think I'm right to say it's a bromance. Emma, thank you so much for the 10. No message attached. We appreciate that very much.
Thank you.
Soup, thank you for the $5. We appreciate that very much. Yes. Would you guys listen to Lady Gaga? That's the most random question you're going to get all day, I think.
I think like Lady Gaga is an incredibly talented person. I mean, honestly, I think, and also as well, she's probably been through a lot in her life, right? All in terms of making it as an artist, right? I mean, I watched what was that film she was in with Bradley Cooper? Yeah,
thank you, appreciate it.
Ari here says, "Hi Neil."
Hi. Hello. Thanks for all the support.
Hybrid, does Samuel or Neil prefer bourbon or tequila?
What's the line in the game? It's that you're a ghost as a what, man?
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm a big whiskey and big tequila fan. But it's not until I moved to LA that I really found them, personally. Yeah.
Me too, sir. Marie, $60 donation. Very
appreciated. So when people are nice and let you know, it just makes you want to keep going. So thanks.
Paul Hart donated $20. We appreciate that very much. Question for both Neil and Samuel. What do you think Soap and Ghost's ideal date would look like? I'm a fanatic of the writing. Love you both so much.
I don't think Ghost dates.
Yeah, either do I. I don't think so either.
Cold. Stone cold. Heart of stone. Simon Riley.
What about you, Neil? What would
What's my ideal date?
Yeah. Long walk on the
Italian.
Oh, okay. Now we're getting to specifics. Yeah. Bailey donated $50. Very generous. Thank you, Bailey. Question for Neil and Sam. What would be your all-time favorite quote that you voiced for Ghost and Soap?
Oh man.
I'll go first. I think for me, like the one that really stands out on this game is no one fights alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it's because it's such a great, it's such a big reveal for Ghost to say something like that, given the guy that he's been prior to all of these missions, you know. And I think really kind of, I think within for all of the characters, and I think in this game there's really satisfying to see that depth in there, and those little clues, you know, help us figure out who these people are too. And but I was well aware that, you know, that you know, of who how Ghost has been operating up until we meet him this time, and when I saw that line, I was like, wow, that